Two here on Shakura's Plateau between JediGamer and JediGamer. As I misclick off the map, there we go.
These are great spawning positions for these two
my
guys
goodness.
to play.
Yes. Wow, again, a max spawn distance. Oh my goodness. So,
This should be awesome. These guys are both very, very strong players. And again, asking about the where they just can't realize
dude, it says it in the... Why would it... No. What? Oh my goodness.
No idea what he's talking about.
I would whisper. Well, I can probably whisper him. It just won't take because he's on busy.
Yeah, the only way to reach him right now would be if someone had all chat, which I do not, unfortunately. Right now, JediGamer looks like he has the pylon inside his base. We'll see if he can go again for that Nexus first. That was such a cool play for him in the last game to hold off that insane one base play from JediGamer with so many bunkers and all that contain. Three-pronged attacking it, that is incredible.
Yeah, that was a lot of nice unit control. I mean, he made it look so easy, and it's not. I mean, you really have to time the push exactly, and I think that's why on the backside, behind, with the flank setup, with the Immortal and the Stalkers and stuff sitting back there, he actually had it strung out a little bit further than he actually could have had it, just so it bought him more time to send it in, time it right, and push in successfully. Because if that timing push had even been a little bit off, I don't think it would have gone the way it did. So, kudos to JediGamer for that nice time in terms of just making it all come together.
Yeah, and he did a great job of, if he had his Immortal selected when he moves in from that bottom left position, he used the Immortal to target fire the tanks while moving in with everything else and just being incredibly effective to make sure his Immortals are doing the most possible.
So if you guys are tuning in, I don't have my screencast on right now, so but the score is right now that JediGamer is up one game if you guys are just tuning in. So we are on game number 2. Unfortunately, Blizzard's overlay does not have a score system input yet.
Yep. That is perfectly fine, but really, JediGamer has got his Cybernetics core and his buildings are in a great position. I just want to note that any type of drop plays coming, they have a little bit of a hard time getting to the mineral line itself because of this really good building placement.
Well, this kind of goes twofold though, because if we see Jedi go Banshees again, and he goes in from the left, then you have to go all the way out and around to get to the mineral line. So this could actually be a little bit wonky for JediGamer. We'll see how this plays. I mean, obviously you're right, but it really kind of comes into play where the drop happens, where the harassment happens, etc. So, I mean, this is going to be kind of one of those things where it's a situational setup.
Exactly. John has seen this really take advantage for the person if it's late game. If it gets past the 20-minute mark, if people are starting to do drops as a Terran, trying to do a bit of damage and move in and take out key structures and workers for the Protoss, then they have to go through those first. Allows time for warp-ins, especially if you have a DT shrine up. You can always just warp in 2 DTs and just clean up the drop like that. Makes it a lot harder to get away from the DTs, except unless you're just going to go ahead and lift off and run away, or even force a scan.
Right. It does look like we may be seeing a little bit more of an expansion from Jedi in terms of play here. He may be going for a little more macro-style game. Bunker is at the front ramp. He is going on 1-1-1 so far. He is supply blocked, though, on top of that, going quick tanks. He's getting the starport down finally, though. You actually had me a little concerned in terms of setup, what he was going for when he went for tanks instead. But maybe going for a little more classic style play of just Marines and tanks and just trying to get one back here, playing a little more safe. But Observer is going to be on the way. There is nothing else out right now. There's a second gateway on the way, but overall we're seeing more of a 1-gate robo and then going to turn it into a 3-gate. So this should be interesting.
Yeah, and now you can see that this forward bunker placement from JediGamer is going to basically fake an expo from JediGamer. As if JediGamer poked in with a unit, he would assume an expo and then possibly be a little greedy and then get punished by JediGamer.
Yeah, 2 sentries and 2 zealots out right now for JediGamer. Observer going to go ahead and move into the base here shortly. Expansion is going down for JediGamer now, so going to be going for that macro style play. Whoa, we are going to see Banshee. So he's actually gone the same setup we saw do in game 1, ironically enough. So we'll see what happens here.
Yep. So the thing is, though, JediGamer does have an expo this time around that could be the difference. If he's not going to be quite as all in with it. You can see that the Nexus was thrown down by JediGamer, so we are seeing JediGamer with the lead in that, but not by too much. So with the time it takes to get an orbital command, JediGamer should be completely up and running faster than JediGamer.
Yeah, this Nexus, obviously, he's putting that down. We do see that Immortals are on the way. So going standard 3-gate. Support bay almost done as well, so gonna have that Colossus come into play. Siege mode halfway done.
Yep.
And here comes the Banshee, gonna be cruising out, at least getting a little bit of a forward scout, making sure there's any proxy pylons down by this third. Obviously, back rocks have been removed. He's actually going for these rocks. I'm kind of curious why he's doing this.
I think it's just right-clicked on it coincidentally as he's just trying to move down and check the Happy Face expansion. And we'll see exactly what he's going to be doing. Also hitting the natural expansion from JediGamer that has not completed, so there will be some probes in the mineral line fairly soon. And there they are.
Yeah, cross-saturated. I mean, looking over to income right now, it's 36 to 29, so Jedi behind a little bit. Should be getting that going. Orbital command, secondary one is just now finished, so going to be dropping a mule most likely on that. SCV count will continue to grow at this point, but Supply Depot is going to be making for a wall off. Raven actually coming out now. Wow. So, this Observer is not going to last too much longer. Trying to scout everything out. Thermal Lance is on the way. Colossus on the way as well.
Yeah, and Banshee is harassing the mineral line a little bit. If you click on it, you will see that it only has 2 kills, not too many. So JediGamer did a good job pulling off his probes, trying to stay alive. But he actually has his Immortal in the mineral line, going to clog up a little bit of space for that Banshee. And the sentries are starting to take a lot of hits. One might go down.
Oh, wow. Yeah, he did snipe it, but barely. It almost cost him, though. Those 3 Stalkers were almost there in time to stop that. That could have been close. He actually threw up a Guardian Shield just to try to buy himself some more time, but it obviously didn't play out too well.
No. Fortunately for him, but you can see that was actually the sentry that died that casted the Guardian Shield, so no energy lost on the other one. This is a small little note, as we are seeing...
Jedi, okay, I was like, how did he overlook that? So, finally finds the Observer, and that will be the end of that. But JediGamer getting a lot of nice information.
Whoa, double starport going down the bottom left from JediGamer.
Oh my goodness, so we're going to see some more Banshees potentially coming out. Or Vikings, or both. Going to see another Raven. So to help support some of those, obviously, point defense drones going to be thrown in the mixer.
You have another starport's being produced too, so we could be seeing either 4-port Banshee or possibly working into battlecruisers. Hopefully we'll see the battlecruisers. Odds are we will see the Banshees though.
I mean, you only really needs 3 starports for battlecruisers. I mean, just because on 2 bases, that's really all you can produce with due to time. So I would really rather see Banshees at this point, if that's what he's going. He does have, it's 4 tech labs. I'm not seeing a fusion core. Missile turrets are up. He really would kind of need to take a 3rd here, though, to support this mini. This could be dicey, especially, I mean, obviously Cloak is null and void, so he's going to skip that upgrade. I would kind of like to see an armory thrown down, though, for ship weapons.
And now we are seeing that Banshees are being produced, but I highly doubt many people are aware of this game, but in the TQ Invitational, RootDDoro went against a man by the name of Roses who did this.
I do remember this game.
GSL Terminus Re, and it was insane. JediGamer ended up getting...
Yeah, wasn't it like 4, or it was like 6 starports, and they all produced Banshees and like a couple Vikings?
It was just a lot of an Air Force, and it was cool to see.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, and so we're going to see if it's going to happen once more. If you guys aren't aware of that game, find it. It's awesome. It's that simple.
Yeah, missile turrets are nicely spread here, but if he got through, there's a pretty big opening right here in the middle that Observer could slide through. It's very tight, though. Ravens and Marines are coming over. He does not want that Observer to sneak by. I'm actually surprised, he did. But I'm surprised he didn't put down a missile turret down here in the back of this mineral line. Because obviously, if these starports are found out, that's going to be a huge transition for JediGamer. Waiting to see potentially a 3rd from JediGamer, or Jedi for that matter, to keep this going. But the downside of not researching Cloak at this point is that if we see a transition to High Templar, that is not going to be good for these Banshees, because at that point in time, from what I can tell in terms of everything moving out, we're going to see Banshees that are going to get one-shotted.
Yeah, 200 mana, 140 health, not a good miss with feedback. It will definitely be a massacre, not to mention the investment that is in there for JediGamer. He is basically putting his almost entire stock in those Banshees. We're actually moving out with a ton of Banshees in this army. If I can just double click on it with my stupid left hand, it is going to be 7 Banshees with more on the way.
Yeah, looking at like 10 Banshees, 5 Siege Tanks, 21 Marines, and 2 Ravens against 6 Zealots, 1 Immortal, 3 Colossus, 16 Stalkers, 2 Phoenix, and 2 Sentries. So quite a unit composition for both players.
Yeah, but those Phoenixes are going to be key. Phoenixes are very good against Banshees. They are what you need in a situation like this, and the fact that DDoro has this is going to help him a lot. There he is, picking him off 20 damage per shot with those Phoenixes, because they do 2 attacks of 10 damage. So it'd be great to see how this battle's going to shape up. JediGamer's going to have to try and target those down with his Marines.
Yeah, SCV actually found DDoro with a proxy pylon. He's actually put 2 in the expansion, so definitely needs to take that out. And Jedi's not paying any attention to that. He's too focused on this forward positioning, which is not good. This could be a huge flank attack coming in from DDoro if he wanted to. He's actually going to lift these siege tanks off one at a time and take them down, and quickly drops it as the Marines do move in here. Vikings are out now. He's going to try to take a couple of these down. Almost takes out 1. Almost got 2.
Not quite, but this double Stargate is really helping out DDoro. So he needs to start chrome boosting these out. These Phoenixes are going to be the main bread and butter for him right now.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised he doesn't just go ahead and push in with what he's got. He'd have enough to take all this down, but definitely going to be wanting to make sure, so getting those extra Phoenixes out.
Yeah, DDoro is great at being patient. That's one of his strengths, and he's really utilizing that to the maximum benefit right now. He's even going to take out one of those tanks, but loses, yikes, loses a Phoenix or 2 in that battle.
Yeah, I mean, there's no combat shields on these Marines, so he's gone these just purely for just straight, you know, just having a bunch of units basically to try to throw in the mix.
And no stim either.
Yeah, I mean, this isn't an investment for him. He's gone full tanks and Banshees. Phoenix is going to be cruising around. The problem, though, is that they don't have stims, so they can't get up here to take these Phoenixes out, so it's a double-edged sword. Yeah, it's great that he has them there for anti-air support, but, you know, in reality, he's not really doing a good job because he can't get the speed, and now the Banshee's going to engage, and here we go. Guardian shields are up. Siege tanks are in a little bit of a weird position. Those are going to get sniped down. Marine's going to try to do as much damage as they can with the Zealots. Phoenix is coming in from behind, going to snipe these Banshees out. Point of defense drones are out of energy, so that means the end of those. And Vikings trying to do a cleanup job, but unfortunately, the Colossus are not going down like they need to. And JediGamer is pissed, actually paused the game and then left in frustration.